And well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watts UK99. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch these videos. If you're brand new, welcome aboard. Please like and subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate all the support. So close to 1,000 subscribers. Please subscribe. Appreciate it very much. All right, let's get right to it. The confidence picks for Week 10 in the National Football League. Every week, you know the deal. We don't pick against the spread. We pick winners. And then we rank them by confidence rating. From, in this case, it'd be 14 points, the game we have the most confidence in because there are 14 games on the NFL schedule this week, down to 1, the game we have the least confidence in, and we hold ourselves accountable on this channel. So, how did we do in Week 9? Well, you know what? Did pretty dang well. Went 12-3 on the week. Amazingly, I got the Jets game wrong, but 98 total points, 12-3 record for the season. That puts us at 83 wins and 55 losses, 767 points overall among all the confidence players on the ESPN website. We are in the 80.1% bracket. I said last week my goal was to go up into the 80s. I was at 79% even. Well, we did. We're at 80.1. So technically, I guess we made our goal. So now we got to keep climbing. And by the end of the year, I want to be up into the 90s. Can we do it? We'll see what happens. All right. Let's get into the Week 10 slate of games. So what game do I have the most confidence in? What team do I have the most confidence in? That team is playing on the road this week. They are the Minnesota Vikings, who will be playing in Duval County against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll tell you something about the Vikings. They have the second best run defense in the NFL. You know what that means for the Jaguars offense? Second and long, third and long for Trevor Lawrence. Or maybe Mac Jones, because Trevor Lawrence is beat up. The Jaguars are beat up as a team, not just the quarterback, but their top wide receivers as well. I would not be shocked if the Jaguars did not get past 10 points in this game. On the other side, I think the Minnesota offense will have a very good day. The Jacksonville defense is last in the league now in pass defense. So TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, and of course Justin Jefferson, those guys are slated to have some big games. My number 13 game, the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. I know Harrison Butker is doing great right about now, I would imagine. But Denver is in a tough spot. 2 weeks in a row, they're facing the AFC Championship game finalists from last year on the road, back-to-back weeks. Last week, they got straight by Lamar Jackson and Baltimore. This week, I think the defense of Kansas City will just overwhelm Bo Nix. Plus, the Chiefs have beaten the Broncos 16 of the last 17 times these two teams have squared off. So give me the Chiefs with my number 13 pick. Number 12, the Tennessee Titans at the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego, California. Chargers have won 2 straight games. They look very likely, in my mind, to get a wild card berth. The Titans, well, they needed overtime just to defeat the Patriots at home. And the Chargers, to me, got a little bit of bully in them. They could push lesser teams around pretty well. I don't see Tennessee traveling out to California and taking this game. My number 11 game, the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Well, the Saints have dropped 7 straight games, and now Darren Reese is their new coach, as Dennis Allen has been mercifully fired. Well, we've learned that with Jeff Ulbrich, a midseason firing can only go so far if your team is that beat up and that demoralized. And speaking of demoralized, the Saints just traded their number 1 cornerback. They're without their top 2 wide receivers. Falcons just have a little too much going for them. I think this will be a close game, but I just don't think it's enough. Falcons offense has too much. My number 10 game is the Buffalo Bills at the Indianapolis Colts. I'm taking the Bills. Now, the Bills have run game issues, so look for a lot of Jonathan Taylor here. Bills defense, I should say. The problem with the Colts offense, though, they've got their center, Ryan Kelly, who's great, and their right guard. They are both on injured reserve right now, so that offensive line is not the same. The Indianapolis offense has scored only 1 touchdown in their last 7 quarters, and I don't think the Colts defense is capable of slowing down Josh Allen. That offense has scored 30 points or more 6 times this year, and the Colts are really struggling with giving up big passing plays to big-arm quarterbacks. It all works in Allen's favor. So I'm going to take Buffalo with my number 10. Number 9, we're gonna do the NFC East showdown with the Eagles at the Cowboys. Ooh, you talk about a game that's lost some luster. Cooper Rush will be in at quarterback, possibly for the rest of the season. CeeDee Lamb's shoulder is really, really hurting. The Cowboys have a horrible run defense, and Saquon Barkley can barely be stopped right now. Philly is expected to be without A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert, but I think that run game will make all the difference. Not to mention the Cowboys, if you can believe it. We're in almost mid-November, and the Cowboys have not won a home game this year. And I say this is going to be the first win the Eagles have had in Arlington, Texas since 2017. Crazy. They haven't won a game in Dallas since 2017. I say the streak stops this week. Let's go to number 8, the New England Patriots at the Chicago Bears. You know the Bears will be happy to get back at Soldier Field after dropping 2 straight on the road. The only cities where the Bears have won a game this year, Chicago, Illinois, and London, England. Those are the only sites of their wins. They're a much better team at home. Drake May also had 3 turnovers last week for the Patriots, and the Bears have 15 takeaways. That's among the best in the NFL. May clearly prone to turnovers. I'm taking the Bears at home to snap that losing streak. Let's go to game number 7, the Detroit Lions at the Houston Texans on Sunday Night Football. Just like the song says, from Detroit down to Houston. Anyway, but this is going to be a fun game. The second straight time the Lions are on the road. Now, they are going against a team that's got a lot of rest after playing on Thursday. I like the Houston defense, but to face those 2 running backs in Gibbs and Montgomery, plus St. Brown, plus Laporta, plus Jared Goff has thrown 13 touchdowns to 1 interception while completing 82% of his passes over his last 6 games. My gosh, Houston's got a fine pass defense, no question. But Will Anderson, his ankle is bothering him. It's just too much to overcome. And C.J. Stroud, let's be honest, he has regressed, especially without Nico Collins on the field. But on a side note, have you seen those chrome red uniforms Houston's going to be wearing for this game? Look pretty sharp in my mind. So at least they might look good while losing. I don't know. My number 6 game, the New York Giants at the Carolina Panthers in Germany. Boy, oh boy, I joked a couple of weeks ago about us sending the Patriots and the Jaguars to London. We just regressed another level. With what we're sending to Germany, I mean, the price for a Volkswagen or Mercedes-Benz, they may double now. The worst scoring offense in the NFL of the Giants against the worst scoring defense in the NFL, that of Carolina. Daniel Jones against Bryce Young. Look, Carolina won a game last week they had no business winning in my mind. The Giants are skidding, but I think they're just better. They've got more playmakers on both sides of the ball, and they do get to the quarterback. The Giants are first in the league in quarterback sacks. I don't think Bryce Young can handle it. So give me the Giants with my number 6. On to game 5, the San Francisco 49ers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm taking the Niners. San Francisco's coming off their bye while the Bucs played on Monday. Now, I know it's a very long trip for San Francisco if you put value in that. But I think the Buccaneers' run defense is going to really, really struggle. Christian McCaffrey is expected to play. He's been limited in practice, but all accounts say he is pain-free at this point. He is ready to go. And as far as the TB defense goes, that could be Tampa Bay or Todd Bowles. Take your pick. Well, they've gone 2-2 in games where they've entered the fourth quarter with a touchdown plus lead. I don't trust that defense and that Buccaneers offense. It's nowhere near the same without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Okay, number 4. These last 4 games are definitely the hardest ones to pick of the week. I think there's a pretty clear gap between pick games 14 through 5 and then 4 through 1. Number 4, I'm going to say the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Washington Commandskins. I'm taking Pittsburgh on the road in this game. Now, the last time, just a little fun note, the last time Washington started the season 7-2, which they are right now, it was 1996. It was Bill Clinton against Bob Dole in the president election. Now, this is Russell Wilson's first road start for Pittsburgh. He's got a new wide receiver in Mike Williams, but the Commanders have a new cornerback in Marshawn Lattimore. So Washington's what has been a very porous pass defense should be very much improved. The biggest question of the game, to me, can Washington's offensive line contain the Steelers' front 7 with T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, and everybody else? But here's the stat that takes it over the edge. Mike Tomlin, since he began coaching the Steelers, he has had 31 games where he faced a rookie quarterback, and the Steelers are 25-6 in those 31 games. This goes back 17 years, so give me the Steelers. Number 3, the Thursday night game, the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. What a match this is. Cincy trying to get back in the race, but winning this game on a short week in Baltimore, not going to be easy. Both offenses can score. Both defenses have had their struggles. These teams played in Week 5 when the Bengals blew a 10-point lead in the final 6 minutes of the game in Cincinnati. So you know the Bengals are extra motivated to win this one, but are they equipped to do it? T. Higgins not likely to suit up in this game. Zach Moss, Bengals running back, it might be out for the season. I think the Ravens are just going to run the ball better than Cincinnati's going to run the ball. I know Cincinnati had a Khalil Herbert, but come on. Khalil Herbert, is no Derrick Henry. I know Baltimore does have a bad pass defense, so Cincinnati will put up some points. Just think the run game is a little bit too much. I'm going to take the Ravens at home. Number 2, the Monday night game, the Miami Dolphins at the LA Rams. It all comes down to the Dolphins' will. What do they really have left? Miami has scored 27 points back-to-back weeks, but they keep losing even with Tua back in the lineup. They aren't targeting Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle all that much. The offense is really about running the football. Meanwhile, the Rams have improved on offense as they've gotten healthier, particularly at the wide receiver position. But here's what people aren't talking about. That Rams defense is growing up. With Jalen Verse, Braden Fisk, they are the league's best at generating quarterback pressures. They're tied for the league lead in sacks as well, I believe. But here's the thing. Tua gets the ball out as fast as any quarterback in the NFL. And I think Jalen Ramsey and Kendall Fuller can do enough to limit, not stop, but limit Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. I'm going to take the Dolphins on the road in an upset to improve to 3-7. And finally, that's right, I saved it for last. The New York Jets at the Arizona Cardinals. I think if these teams play 10 times, each one would win 5. The Cardinals have won 3 straight games. They've got good mojo going. They're leading their division for the first time since maybe Kurt Warner was quarterback, it feels like. And they could run the ball well, which the Jets are not good at stopping. The Jets are the desperate team. I wonder if the Cardinals are getting a little bit full of themselves after this win streak. I don't think the Cardinals defense has the ability to get a pass rush on Aaron Rodgers, even with the addition of Baron Browning. But I don't think the Jets at the same time are going to be able to stop Kyler and Connor consistently in the run game. Quarterback and running back, you got to factor both in. I'll tell you what scares me about this game from a Jets perspective. Arizona is the second least penalized team in the NFL, 4.6 penalties per game. The Jets are the second most penalized team in the NFL, 8 per game. And special teams are far better with Arizona. They have missed 1 kick all year. They have one of the best punters in the game. He was named Special Teams Player of the Week. I know that's a little thing, but when you have 2 teams that, could be very, very evenly matched, it comes down to not making mistakes and to the little things. And the little things are penalties, special teams, things of that nature. The one thing that gives me hope, the Cardinals are very prone to fumbling the ball. Murray has 4 fumbles. Connor has 3 fumbles. I'm giving the edge, and it's a very slight edge to Arizona in this game, so that's who I'm picking. All right, everybody, those are my picks. If you got some predictions, put them right down there in the comments. Let's see how we do. I think it's going to be a very fun week of football. Everybody, have a great rest of your day, and be sure to check out, I'll be doing a full game preview for Jets Cardinals, as well as the video for 5 bowl predictions and the score predictions, so check on that as well. All right, I will see you right back here with more content from you know where, the Wicker Chair.